All right, bienvenidos amigos, welcome al Pre-Market Show. Espero que todos tengan una mañana maravillosa y que tuvieron un buen día ayer. Buenos días, Norm, ¿cómo estás hoy?
Buenos días, Carlos. Está bien, gracias, señor.
Muy bien, muy bien. Para esos miembros que quieren saber sobre cómo hacer la bolsa de valores, sí tenemos el libro de español en Andrew disponible en
Well,
Amazon. So, si
it
quieren,
it's not helping me either because I have the room on and I can hear echoes. So not only did you decide to speak Spanish today, but right now for some reason my system is frozen. I can't turn off the speakers in the room and I can't understand anything because it's terrible
so
reverb in my
not
in
only
my
did I make
headset.
it more difficult, not only are you having a tough situation, I made it much harder than that.
Exactly. I can't
uh,
understand when you speak English, man. So you might as well do it in Latin or
Yeah, yeah.
Chinese.
Oh
I don't know.
man. Oh wow, that's pretty bad, man. Do you want to reset, Norm, or
No, I'm all good. Just give me a second.
okay?
It's on my end. You go with it, and I'll catch up with you in a second.
Okay, you got it, guys. So yeah, so definitely, guys, if you prefer to have to learn in Spanish, we do have Andrew's Assis book available in Spanish on Amazon. So definitely check that out. Abio is gonna send that over. And speaking of Abio, man, he is all over our Spanish community here. So we do have a Spanish tab. So shout out to him for always being so active with the Spanish community within our community. So we appreciate that. All right, guys, happy Friday. Let's get into it. Let's see what we had for yesterday. Starting here with Space. Space was the first one on our watch list this morning, yesterday. And again, if you look at it now, it didn't trade bad at all. It had actually a pretty nice pop here. You did get a rough pullback. Let me show you the 5 minute on here. You did get a rough pullback on it. And then it did push back up, right? It took a while to actually get going. This was the nice move right here. This was a little bit tougher to take advantage of because again, you had to hold through a lot of this. You had to have a great entry, but overall, not bad for Space. We definitely seen better. But when you look at Space, right, and then you look at the rest of the stuff we're gonna look at, this move doesn't look as great compared to everything else. Let's start with Neo here. So Neo, look how great this was. Again, a lot of stocks did this yesterday. You're gonna see that coming up in the following tickers. They were selling off in the pre-market, and then right at the open, it's just they completely switched directions right at the morning. So here's Neo, took off nicely, beautiful continuation, comes back down. You do get a nice pullback right here, and then a beautiful continuation again. So again, really, really nice there for Neo. Let's look at our mRNA. mRNA also same situation. You kind of get a double bottom right into the market open. Look at this beautiful pop. And that keeps going nicely there. You did get a beautiful continuation on that one as well. XPAT, very similar to what Neo did. This one, though, does break down a lot harder, though. Look at this breakdown here, all the way down here, then coming right back up. Again, it's a little tough, but the morning open was great. And then if you waited patiently, this would have been tough to take because, again, it's really not a double bottom. You're not getting a great indication for reversal. And the volume is not out of whack here. Like Jared would like to see this volume here. By the way, Jared, amazing reversal trader. We do need a fresh webinar from Jared on reversal, so we'll definitely get him going on that. But it's amazing. I don't see that there as he would look for that, and you can see how great the continuation was though above the VWAP. Microsoft was funky. How about this one? This one drops completely here, and then it's just the next candle just completely engulfs the previous candle. This was not great. Again, just not easy to take this trade, and then just didn't trade all that well. It's just very choppy in here. Again, not the best trading opportunity yesterday there for Microsoft. Here's Plug. Plug also same situation, guys, selling down into the pre-market, and then this beautiful pop here at the market open. Beautiful continuation. Just kind of strange how that happened yesterday, but again, you did get a lot of good moves in here into our watch list yesterday. So with that said, let's check on Norm. How are you doing with your audio?
My audio is fine now. I'm freezing up a little bit, so I might not have all the data. I
Gotcha.
can't look at my notes. So I mean, market. We've been down in futures pretty much all night. We're trying to claw back a little bit right now. S&P and Nasdaq are both down roughly 0.6%. This is predominantly based on failing. I won't say failed because it's not quite over yet. But failing negotiations in Congress on COVID stimulus. So We'll see. I heard a report just before I came on that there might be, I don't know, some hope, some glimmer of hope that something might get passed in the next few days or weeks. So anyway, that having been said, not a ton. We had producer price index come out for November just a few minutes ago. I don't have that number because I can't see it. I think consumer sentiment will be out at 10 a.m.
All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's move over to our watch list this morning. So let's remove what did GLSI had? What did it do yesterday? I have it on here. Let's take a look. This was the wild madness from a couple of days, 2 days ago. So yesterday, also it did get a couple of holds, or at least one hold on the way up here. I mean, this is just yeah, this is just really bad trading here. So hopefully you are not, again, spending no time on this. This is just not going to be trading well, and I expect it to go forward for the next couple of days. We do have shits for short though. That could be very scary. I'm not sure if we have a lot. Let's just double check here. Where's that pop up? Nah, that's barely nothing. 2,000. That'll be gone right away. So be careful with that. Anyways, not a stock you want to trade, especially to the short side. All right, with that said, let's remove everything here, build our watch list this morning. I already see some of the tickers on here don't look all that great, and we can tell, doing this thing for so long now, you tell right away some of the tickers that are going to be fishy, and we're seeing some of those here today. A lot of yellow, so that means a lot of lower type flow stocks sitting in our watch list this morning, especially to the downside. I think the downside, the first four, 1, 2, 3, 4, are all low floats. That should be fun. All right, let's start here. Phil, also a low flow stock, sitting at 5 million shares, 2.1 million. Look at this pre-market action. We're going to be picky with these today. I mean, we're picky with them every day, but even more so today because we have so many of them. This is not great. So we're going to skip this. Horrible pre-market action, horrible daily.
That is a shell company for a SPAC of an EV.
Of course.
EV company.
Of course. What else we want to be a SPAC for nowadays, right? Yeah, so that's not looking great.
What else do you want to be? I mean, geez.
Yeah, just put.
if you just put SPAC and EV on a website, you'll be a billionaire overnight, right?
Absolutely. You can rip the benefits immediately the day after. All right, so let's look at CGRO, 15 million shares flow. Now this pre-market actually a little bit better. The issue here becomes the volume, right? You're not getting 900,000 for a low flow stock. It's not great, so not gonna look at this one. Also, is it another SPAC as well, Norm? I'm not. I know you have time to look up all these.
No, this is a weed company.
Oh, it is. Okay, well, they should be doing a lot better than this. But yeah, so again, it's starting to get going. Not great. We'll skip on that one. Is there anything going on in that sector? What's going on with CGC? No, nothing happening there. Chronos, no, pretty quiet. If you would want to look into that, any of the past stocks, these are the good ones to watch. They're the ones that are going to get the great volume. You're not seeing that here. All right, let's look at Ride. Ride this morning, not a great pre-market action, not a great daily. Again, you got 703,000, but look how that volume is trading. Doesn't look good at all here, guys. So 99 million shares flow. Looks like this thing opened up not so long ago, back in October. So again, could have some potential. The daily is interesting though, because you're coming back down towards this level of support. The volume seems to be the issue in the way it's trading right now. So maybe the weakest possible we can ever find. Let's put that out there for now. RMG, this one 23 million. Also not a great pre-market action. The dailies rather interesting, but not great. You can see it's somewhat of a uptrend breakout pattern, but it's very difficult to rely on such a daily chart that looks like this one. Pre-market also looks very bad, guys. Look at the pops you have, and then just the breakdown in candle connections between each other. You're not getting that here. Volume seems to be getting better after 8 a.m. We'll come back to if it gets better. Right now, it doesn't look good. All right, we'll do Disney. What's going on with Disney? This looks good. Disney looks like it has something happening here. Let's throw that on there.
Disney just popped up. It wasn't on there a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, it's got a 908 right now, up 8%. That's a nice pop for them this morning. Beautiful daily too. Look at the breakout here that we're getting out of 154. That's been an area of an issue for them to get through. So yeah, that looks good. We'll add that onto the list.
I don't know how I missed it. I must have put this list together before, and Disney wasn't on there yet. It must not have had 100,000.
Okay.
hundred
Yeah.
thousand shares traded yet. So
Yeah. So again, big pop here, guys. We'll keep it on there. QIWI. I know this one was active yesterday. I know there's some moderators watching this one. Wow, look at the drop yesterday at the open. Insane. 1222 looks like all the way down to 1075. So again, then from there it doesn't trade well. It's just that's all it does. And look at this. This is horrible. So I expect that same type of action today. And the pre-market is showing that already. So I'm not gonna look at that one. AQB will be the last one, and yeah, actually two more. Might as well go through them real quick. AQB not looking great, horrible pre-market action. We'll move on to the next one. And yesterday gap down too. It looks like it didn't do much based on that daily. Actually, a lot better than what I would have expected, but still, it's just not a great stock to have. PLG also looks pretty bad. Daily is interesting, but the pre-market action, the intraday action too, not all that great. We'll skip on that one. THCB. There's another one that's been on our radar quite a bit. Look at this. So we're breaking up, gaps down the following day, pushes up, and then today a possible continuation if that can at all happen. So let's see how the last 2 days have traded. So this is yesterday. Going into yesterday here, that's not clean, guys. You know, this is not a clean pre-market intraday action, right? And you can blame that on the volume. The volume was only 7 million for the entire day. The day before that, you had 25 million, so that probably looked a little bit better. And a lot of that you had it towards the close, not at the open. It looks like the pre-market had a lot of volume as well. And even then, so look at this market open. This does not look great at all. You're not getting action on this. So for that reason, we're skipping on that one. Does not mean, guys, if you like this type of action, you know, and you trade your trading style can support this type of stocks, then by all means you can watch it. But the way we trade, this would be a nightmare for us. This would be very difficult to capitalize on. SLS. Let's go back over here. All right. Pre-market action right now, 1.2 million. So volume is starting to come in very heavy on this one. We can keep an eye on it. Let's put it up here. We'll come back to it. Let's let it develop a little bit more. See what we're going to get out of that one. 8. Oh, no. This got to come down here. Low flow stock. Only 8 million shares. So let's take it off our top list here.
Tanking, and I've got no shares for short either.
Yeah.
So.
Most I noticed was a low flow stock. The next thing I was going to do is just that. Look at the shares for short, and we don't have any. So that just puts it in a bad situation. We'll drop it off from there unless we find some kind of support that we can see a long opportunity on.
Roughly a 20-cent, 25-cent spread on a $12 stock is never a good sign either.
That is, I did not notice that, but yeah, that is brutal. Yeah, that's not going to be good, guys. So we'll get rid of it. It's getting active. See the volume coming in, but there's nothing we could do with that. AY2U. At least I'm not saying FU
It's
to you.
not FU to you.
Exactly. So I'm being nice on this Friday. AY2U. This one here, guys. Pre-market, not great. Daily's horrible too. I mean, there's just nothing good about this. I want to find something good, but there's not. There's just nothing happening that I like on this stock at all. And let's look at it yesterday. How did it trade? Also very nasty in here. Again, that's just not clean trading. I mean, there's just no volume. Then you get this crazy spike, and then it halts. No. GLSI. This one here, guys. You already know all the history on this one. And if you wanna be in the type of situation where you're risking, what is it, $1 spread? It's $1 spread. Unreal. I mean, besides $1 spread, even if it was a smaller spread, you've seen what this did the last couple of days.
It's
it more?
$1.50.
Oh yeah, $1.50 now. Yeah, I think it was $1 earlier, but yeah. Because it's zeros. Yeah, that's right. You got the zeros in here, so you can't even count on those to be full lot shares. Yeah, let's get rid of it. And besides that, even if the spread was 1 cent, right? Even if it was, we already seen what this thing has done the last couple of days. You want no part of that at all. All right, let's take a look at Laser here, LAZR. This one, I like the drop here. I like the pre-market action. What's the float on this? It's a lower flow stock though. That's the concern on it. But I do like what is happening here a little bit. The daily's nice. Look, it wants to break down. We do have shares for sure. Not sure how many that is exactly. 50,000. It's not too bad. 500,000. It's not too bad. No, it's a low flow stock. I'm not gonna mess with that on a Friday. I want to have a good day into the weekend. HCAC, this one here, guys, not a great pre-market action neither. Not a great daily. Oh man, SPK starting to get going here. We're seeing some volume this morning. Again, not a great stock overall. Just look at it yesterday. I mean, this is just brutal. Look at this market open. This is really all over the place. I mean, do we really want to watch something like this, right? The answer to that is no. QS. You know what, QS? I seen some people watch it yesterday and they were calling some stuff out. I mean, I didn't see what was so great about it, but maybe I didn't see the price action itself. So maybe there was something there that was happening. I didn't see it. So, on the fence for now. On the fence. Just we'll come back to it, see if there's any type of continuation. But overall, I didn't see anything great on this one here. All right, let's go to our usual suspect, which never disappoints, Neo. Neo here already, great volume. We'll add that on there. Neo to the list. XPEV will go right behind it because again, these two have just been dynamic. XPEV were a lot less volume this morning though. If you see that, only 400,000 compared to 2.6 from Neo, but they both have very similar price action this morning, just kind of moving sideways a bit. I do love Neo's pre-market action right now, holding on to this 42.32 level that we have here. So let's see what that can create for us. All right, SBE doesn't trade great. We know that. We'll skip on that. RAI is not good. CIIC is not great. We'll skip on that one too. QCOM could be very good this morning. They're down 3.4, 183,000. They're slighter on the side of more difficult to trade type stock. But let's see. Today is looking interesting. This pre-market and this gap down do look favorable this morning. All right, we'll stop here. Norm, what do you like this morning so far?
Nothing.
You can tell our watch is very slim today.
It's these are I was not a huge fan of yesterday. I somehow eked out a decent day, but it was a grind. This feels like Groundhog's Day to me. I mean, I think we got to look at Dash and AB&B. Those had activity yesterday. They should again today.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're not the easiest things to trade at this point. You can't short, so you got to be patient and wait for long. I was watching Dash yesterday, and it was a little jumpy.
Yeah, it was.
So that having been said, I mean, you got to size appropriately and mind your stops and have give it some room. But other than that, I mean, those two things might move. I don't know that I'll trade either one of them. I'll have to watch and see if they actually get decent. But not much to answer the question.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And actually, based on how they look right now, they really belong on our secondary list, as you said. And we're just going to watch them and see if anything comes up, from them. But right now, they're not looking great for the type of criteria that we look for. But we got to give it in mind that recent IPOs, they will get activity today. They might not. People trying to figure out what's their next move here. So we'll see on that. All right, guys, let's see what you guys have. Let's go over to our chat room. I'm gonna bring our chat in here. All right, let's start with Juan G. He has given us Apple this morning. Apple, let's take a look. Zoom into our daily. Volume is very, very, very light for Apple this morning. Only 572, which is not great. For any other stock, this could be great volume, but not for these guys. Their daily right now, I'm not seeing anything great as far as any type of breakout towards the top or bottom. We're kind of stuck between all these levels. I think this one is going to be one that you watch for, see how the market reacts, and then I think this one will just play along with whatever the SPY does, if it does any type of big trend move today. But aside from that, I'm not seeing anything that's sticking this one out that we like as far as the breakout up or down. So far. Heading back up, we do have Hamish. She's giving us Oxy. What is Oxy up to this morning? I like the daily possible breakout. Pre-market is okay, not great. But again, they've been on a nice run, by the way, the last couple of weeks. Look at this here. So yeah, possible. So we'll have to see. ACB here, part of the pot sector. Again, just not a whole lot of volume. These guys trade heavy volume. This 384 is not great, so I'm not going to add it on here. If they have something going on today, maybe we can catch them on our scanners, but right now we're not seeing anything good there. Same with CCL. Their daily looks a little bit interesting there. They have great volume. They have 1.7, but man, we've seen way better pre-market action with a lot less volume than that from CCL. But I do like this one, at least as a possible. I do like the daily on it. tonight. I do like the fact that we already have 1.7. Hopefully that can pick a direction here. But this is interesting though. Look at this level of support you have here in CCL. So that's the top possible, probably the best possible we have. And actually, no, we do have space in our main list. We might even move that one up. CCL we have, Jesse, thank you. American Airlines. Same situation as CCL, really. It's kind of just a waiting game right now. You got great volume, 3.6. You got a decent pre-market activity. We've been wrapping around the previous day close now, looks like for the last hour or so. Could be another possible to watch. We'll watch those two for the travel sector, see if anything comes out of that. GIK this morning, GIK, nice pop up, 14%, 1.1 million. What's the float on this one? GIK, we're sitting at, we don't have a float. This is the reason why it didn't probably pop up into our gappers list, because that would have been up here, somewhere in between this area, 14% up this morning. So somebody could shoot me out the maybe Finviz, pass it. But as far as right now, the daily's not great.
Their total shares outstanding is 25.89 million. So its float is at the most that, and could be anything.
Yeah, looking at the daily, guys, it's not great. They're very active. This pre-market action here does look great, but their daily is a little bit concerning at the moment. We do have shares for sure, looking rather weak at the moment. Again, possible, but might not stay there for now. All right, heading on down, mRNA. What is going on with mRNA? We've got a great consolidation happening on the daily on mRNA. Aside from that, I'm not seeing anything great at the moment. So again, just keep an eye on it. Let's see if this thing hits our scanners. I'm sure some people will be watching, they can call it out, but right now I don't see anything all that exciting on mRNA at the moment. Let's take a look. PLTR. Oops, right in here. PLTR. What do we have here? PLTR. Interesting daily as well, right? You got the pop, the drop, the pop, the drop again, finding support around this 26, 25 area has been a great area of support for them. Pre-market action does not look bad though. Might be, this could be, again, PLTR could be one of those stocks that can be very explosive, or it can just, it's at both extremes, right? You don't get an okay day on PLTR. You either get a really bad day or a really great open on a great day. So we'll have to see and wait what happens there. NKLA, this one right now, not a whole lot of volume. Wow, the consolidation has been very serious for the last, for all December. Just has not done anything. Obviously, you guys know what happened. GM did not continue with these guys. That's why we had these great crazy drops, and we had great days here. These were really good to trade. Aside from that, hasn't done anything, so I don't expect it today to do anything neither. I think we're gonna have to wait for some news on this one to create some type of movement that we might like. Yeah, I do like American Airlines. I actually have it as a possible. We might move that one up if it gets better. But it's got great volume, 3.6. Although we've seen less volume than this, and American Airlines trade very well with a catalyst behind it. But it looks like today we might not have anything that's pushing this one way or the other. Might have to wait to see what the SPY is going to do today. CGC, yeah, no action, guys. Very light volume, consolidation on the daily. Yes, if we can get this, Dennis, I agree. If we can get this to break out of here on the daily one way or the other, could be great. It's pushing more towards the bottom, but you're gonna need a lot more energy than that. It's not showing much right now. mRNA, we looked at. Did we put it on there? We did not. Yeah, we did not. And actually, it's not that bad. It could be a good possible. mRNA. There are worse things on my list that we can take off for that one. BTBT. Let's take a look here. Pre-market action, very active, 13 million shares right now. Let's remind ourselves what BTBT. What's this float on this one? 14 million. So yeah, you could, it's a low flow stock, but it doesn't trade that wild. We've seen it before. We actually have traded it before. So BTBT, we can add that one on there. But yeah, the price action is looking pretty good on this one, up 95%. So still got to watch your share size very carefully, guys, on this one. It is a lower price stock. It's just not going to move like, $2-4 on you. So that's nice, but you still got to watch and be careful. All right, a few more. Costco. Costco, guys, a very difficult stock to trade. This morning, the only way I would trade Costco, you have to have a catalyst, a real strong catalyst, and it's got to have great volume, or else you're just going to get chopped around, and their spread could be pretty big at times. So the only reason why I'm not adding on there, no volume. Yeah.
Shares this morning.
So no volume today. You need a lot to get Costco to do something. even when it has volume. So JMIA, this one here, I like the daily here, possible breakout, but man, it's just we're not getting great pre-market action on this one. So
So can you go to pull out on a 5-minute yesterday on here around midday?
on JMIA,
I want to, yeah. Can you, so you see that right where you are with that drop right there
here.
between
Yeah.
11 and, yeah, can you focus in on that area and switch
Yeah.
over to a 1-minute chart? I
Yeah,
just want to,
absolutely. This will be right here. What was that? Look at this.
yeah. So I just want to kind of reinforce something on this. One of our peak capital trading candidates was in this long yesterday, had a stop set, and it was in there. I don't know what his entry was. His stop was, I want to say, probably 35.50 and or 35.20. And he actually, this thing plummeted. And if you, I don't know what the volume was on this yesterday, the R vol. I didn't look at it closely. I don't think it was super heavy. But, you know, when you see, that's one reason we look for heavy liquidity and order flow going through stocks. 34.40. Was this you, Earl? Okay. So, this is one thing you got to look for steady order flow. I'm not seeing real heavy volume go through that during, especially look at how small the volume candles get on the 5-minute around 11:05, 11:15, 11:30. Some big boy comes in and drops an order and you have a stop in, even though it's kind of a BS price. He got hit with slippage. I don't know where he exited, but it was way lower. I mean, it was only a few shares, luckily, Earl. Okay, Good deal. But, that can happen. So if you see volume dry up, or if you see something that's not, really going through heavy with constant order flow, you can get hit by something like that. So just keep an eye out. And what JMIA's float, it's 35 million, which, is not, we don't
It's
call
not
it
horrible, but yeah.
It's not horrible, but yeah, it's not a big float. So you still got to kind of watch out and just keep that in mind. That was out of the blue. I don't know how else to explain that other than you had one guy. I'd love to have seen the time and sales on that. One guy coming in really, really drop something. So anyway.
Yeah, no, that's definitely interesting. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And again,
his fill was 80 cents lower than
the
his stop. Yeah.
Wow.
So luckily it's in a sim account, I believe, right, Earl? But as in the tryout for PCT. But anyway, just wanted to note that.
No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. All right, so again, on the fence on this one, guys, and just like Norm mentioned, this one is funky. It could be a hit or miss as well. So I'm gonna skip on it now. I mean, their day looks great. If we get some good surge in volume here, maybe, but right now it's not looking like that as far as pre-market action. All right, let's. All right, I think that is what we have so far, guys. We'll stop here. Let's take a look at some of the stuff over on YouTube. Let's start here with Mark. Mark is giving us FR. Oops, let's get that over here. FRSX. Yeah, not looking too good. What's the float on this? This looks scary. Daily chart doesn't look exciting. Doesn't look like it's a stock that we want to be a part of. Actually, 30 million, so not too bad. Starting to get going. Now, guys, looks like some news broke out here. So we'll put it next to our riskier pile because it is a lower flow stock. But again, not sure what the news is on that one. We'll have to wait and see how that develops. So very active right now, 5 million just in the last 30 minutes or so. So pretty active. Let's look at Lulu. This morning, no volume, guys, so we're going to move on from that one. SNOA, we definitely need volume here. SNOA, now this one does have volume, 7 million shares traded. We have looked at this one in the past. It is not an easy stock to trade. They look very good this pre-market morning so far. Again, they're also sitting on the lower flow side of things right over here. So again, I think Brian trade this very well in the past when it was active. So maybe as part of one of his for fun stocks. So be careful. Definitely active in the morning, but it is a low flow sitting at 2 million shares. Heading down, Lulu, we looked at again. Lulu just has. I've seen a couple of people throw that out, but Lulu has no volume. Are you guys seeing something that I'm not seeing? Maybe is there some kind of catalyst? Let me know.
It had earnings last night.
Oh, okay,
I will
okay.
say, Lulu doesn't often have very good volume pre-market,
Mm-hmm.
but nevertheless, I mean, it's got spread's not too nuts for something that price, but
Yeah.
just make sure it has volume.
Yeah, you got to make sure this is going to have some volume at the market open. It could, if it had earnings yesterday, that could play into today. But I will wait for this to hit our scanners. I'm not going to take a spot with the way things look right now in our watch list on it. PFE, guys, we talked about before. Again, it's just a slightly more difficult stock to trade. They have a great pre-market action this morning, right? They have a really good pre-market action, 2.6 up 1.5. Their daily does look interesting, a lot better than a couple of days ago in here. This actually looks like it has some kind of pattern forming here. That's just not bad today. PFE, let's add that. PFE. JMIA we looked at, SNOA we looked at, GY, excuse me. I don't like the pre-market action on this, guys. Again, you got this pop and now you're just kind of selling down. You don't have shares for sure. That's never a good sign. And again, although you have 1.9, this 1.9 doesn't look attractive at all. You see some of these gaps in here and the way this thing is trading. That doesn't look good. Now, if you look at something like, let's say, where's do we have one that looks good? No, we actually do not. Yeah, none of these pre-market actions look great. SNOA looks a little bit better, but aside from that, none of them look really good as far as pre-market action and getting that step action, like ABCD pattern after ABCD pattern with some great connecting candles. You're not seeing that on that type of stock, and that could be scary. RMG, I think we looked at this one. Yeah, we didn't like this one at all, guys. So be careful with that one. Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla here, not much going on. Pretty quiet for Tesla this morning. So again, down 2%, 662. I would expect for this to get active into the day, but again, right now, not doing a whole lot this morning. And I mean that because again, 663 for Tesla, it's not really a lot of volume anymore, given how much volume they are trading. Now, I do expect them to be active as they have been the last couple of days. Look how great some of the action has been here, but it's been a very difficult stock to trade. So you got to be mindful of that as well. All right, guys, we will stop here. Let's hop into our community announcements. We'll come back and fine tune our list.
All right, guys. Had an Aben's webinar that should be posted. There's some changes to next week just getting announced. We will have Peter's webinar next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, talking about taking smart trades. We'll have the graphic up for that on Monday. I apologize, it came in very late. I believe Creator's webinar is up, and then on goal setting, and then next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, normal time, will be Nada talking about using mindfulness to set goals that are aligned with your values. Eamon's webinar is still not posted. Okay, I'll check on that and make sure it gets posted today.
Yeah, actually, it is posted. It was done yesterday, so please double check over on the webinars.
Okay. All right. Yep, it is posted. Member trade of the day, trade of the week. If you want to participate in this, take a screenshot of your, yes, Peters is at 8 p.m. the normal time. Take a screenshot of your best trade of the day, mark it up. It should have your entries, your exits, and then an explanation of the trade. Post it on Twitter, tagging at Bearable Traders, at Mike B_BBT, and at Norm BBT. Also use hashtags BBT Family, Day Trading, and Stock Market. The winner for each day will be announced in the closing bell show, and then we will take all the trades that win each day of the week and announce the winner for the week in the closing bell show on Monday. If you're watching us on YouTube, haven't been in the chat, and you'd like to do so at a discount, use the promo code PREMARKET24. It'll give you 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the chat room. Also includes Carlos's onboarding class, which is live each and every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and that does not auto-renew or turn into any other kind of discount. Also, you can still take advantage of the 40% off Black Friday sale. Just use the promo code BLACKFRIDAY40 for 40% off lifetime membership.
All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's look at our list here. Let's kind of go through things. I was looking at Snap. We're talking about this in our chat now. And, man, they had a crazy day yesterday. So that was nice to see. Beautiful breakout here on the daily. Again, not much happening on the pre-market action. Look at this example of just nothing happening pre-market, and you do get a nice pop here into the market open. So can that happen today again? Yes, it can. I don't suspect it will, as it's too extended right now, a little bit off this daily. So again, on the fence, but we'll have to really look on the scanners for this one. But see, yesterday, everything did this type of move. So you had a lot of stuff that took off. So right on your list, on your watch list, this would have not been caught so easily because everything on your watch list was doing the same thing, right? So, but yeah, this could be a good one to keep an eye on. All right, let's kind of recap, guys. We have Disney here. That looks good. I like the pop here on Disney. Good volume, 1 million shares traded so far. Definitely on our list. Neo, definitely on our list. Already great volume here. We are moving nicely here. So good pre-market action, 3.1, down 6.3. Also beautiful daily. I'm going to remove some of the levels we have because you can see some of the levels from yesterday overlapping some of these levels. So we'll get some fresh ones for that one, but that looks really good. XPEF, not as clean as Neo. So maybe we'll move XPEF down if we find something better in our secondary list there. But Neo is the one that's trading really nice this morning, and the daily looks so much better. QCOM on this list right now. Again, QCOM a little bit slightly more difficult stock to trade and read the price action, so you want to take your time and be very careful with this one. You want your stops to be a little bit wider because the moves can take a bit to get going, right? So just keep that in mind if you're going to be trading this one. You can't trade this one the same way you would trade Neo. They are very two different type of stocks, right? So you got to keep that in perspective there. PLTR looks good, kind of dying down here a little bit. We'll see 678. Trying to go green though. I like the daily on PLTR. Let's see if we can get some legs here and get going. So that's what we have on our main list right now. Secondary list, we have PFE, which actually looks pretty decent this morning. We might move that one up. CCL kind of wrapping itself around the previous day close there. We'll keep a close eye on that one. Airbnb really not doing anything great, but again, recent IPO yesterday. Want to see what this does today. Same thing with Dash. Dash was pretty active. Had a great IPO open 2 days ago. So we want to keep an eye on this one. Not doing a whole lot, but we're keeping these two here just to see what kind of action we're going to get. QS is not great. I'm going to remove this one. Still not looking good here, guys. So let's get rid of that one. Oxy looks good, guys, for possible breakout. So that's a good secondary. American Airlines a great secondary as well. GIK. Now GIK again breaking down here. We'll see. I like the pre-market action, but again, these type of stocks just could be a little bit challenged. Read the price action. Not really the type of stocks that we watch, so we got to be careful with that one. mRNA, I'm going to move up. I think mRNA has some good potential today. If you look at the action you're getting here, you're getting a pretty nice bounce right now, and also the daily looks interesting for a possible a reach to this 170 once again. Also their pre-market highs right here as well, 163. That alone right there could be a great move getting into that area off the VWAP. So we'll see. I like the way this is looking today. I think it could be a good one this morning. All right, into our riskier, lower flow stock situation here. Right at the moment, not looking exciting, guys. I'm going to get rid of it. BT, okay, not great. FRSX. Now this one here, very interesting. We'll keep that one on there. And this one, Sanoa, also not looking all that great. Let's get rid of it. These two look a little bit better, so I'm gonna keep these two for now, especially FRSX. Let's remind ourselves what's the float on that one? 30 minutes. It's not a low flow stock, but you want to treat it like one today because of this price. You know, this price can buy you a lot of shares, so you want to be careful with that. All right, cool, guys. Let's do some levels. Starting with Disney, great pre-market action this morning. They are definitely in play. 168.50 high of your pre-market, low of your pre-market, all the way down to 158, $10 from the pre-market low this morning. So that's, like, again, a beautiful pop for them today. Just kind of heading back here, seeing what levels do we have in here. Man, are we at all-time highs with Disney? I want to say yes. Yes, we are all-time highs. We're going back to 2010. I'm not going to go further than that. 2009. And there is nothing there. So this is a good. This makes it a lot more interesting now, Disney. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this one. We don't have anything else past this, above this 158 besides the action for today. So let's look at today's action, see if we can find some levels off of here. I'm going to take this one here, yesterday's high at yesterday's after hours high, 161.95. That could be interesting if this thing decides to drop. And also right in here, you do have a couple of touches, not with a whole lot of volume, but you still want to mark this down because you really have nothing else to go by. 164.81. Look at the resistance there. You got a couple of touches there of support, so that's a good one. And then, guys, right in here, you could clearly see the area of support and resisting happening at 160, 166.46, right? So you got a nice wave happening there, some support and resistance. That looks good for this one. So yeah, Disney definitely looking a lot better now that I know that's the high. That's the all-time high there. Here's NEO. I love NEO, guys. Pre-market action looking great. Daily looking great for a possible breakdown. I am going to mark down low of the, this low here, 38.50. That's a good one. Low of the pre-market, again, pretty close to the low from yesterday, and that's being supported by a lot on the daily here, a lot of touches. So I'm going to keep that on there. You can mark the low of the pre-market down here. You could do that, 42.01. But I think this one is going to be a lot more important. Even the one that we're hitting now. This one here actually has a lot. I want to put more weight on 42.27. Is that good, Norm, or what? What's going on?
Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do?
Oh, I'm in a small trade on FRSX.
Beautiful thing, my friend. And how is that popping? Let's take a look. Oh yeah, very nice, very nice. Is Brian in this as well? Because this is a type of Brian type stock. So I wonder if he's.
And just I mean, but my position is so tiny that it doesn't even matter.
Well, it's more
But just for fun.
Just for fun, and again, it's more about the process, right? It's, if you trade it well, you trade your strategy. It's exciting when your strategy works out. So that's what it's all about. You know, the profits come after. So. NEO, guys, looking good. Definitely on our list. We'll keep it on here. Towards the top, highs and lows got you covered. Got nothing to worry about there. And we got a beautiful 38 level down here. We also have a minor level. I think we have marked this before. 40, 50, 54. That's a good one there. A lot of touches there. This day closing there after hitting 38.50. You got some pretty good levels off of NEO this morning. XPEV, I'm going to move down. It doesn't look as interesting as some other ones, so I'm going to move this one down. That's a possible. It could get going in the once we get into the market open, but right now not looking great. QCOM, again, just be mindful. QCOM could be you know, could be tough to trade. As far as levels, low of the pre-market sitting at 147. Our high of the pre-market sitting over at 151.27, and you can see some of those levels being hit here on the daily. You got a lot of resistance happening off this pre-market high, a lot of touches on this 147 right there, resistance, and then some more support happening there. Towards the bottom, you do have 143.83, great area of support. Even with this horrible daily, you do see some touches to the same price levels here, so that's good. And then one more here, guys, just in case we dive down here, 141.23, and then towards the top, you pretty much cover highs and lows from the last two trading days and the previous day close. PLTR, I like the daily pre-market action is okay. You're really pretty much good on levels here, highs and lows. You're stuck right in the middle of both of these. Previous day close, basically your high of your pre-market. So that's done a good job for you already. Towards the bottom, you can mark down 23 outside of the lows of the pre-market. I'm sorry, the last two trading days, and above the last two trading highs, 31.23. So that's pretty much it right now. Again, not looking too great. We'll see. mRNA here starting to get going. I do like the daily on mRNA, as we mentioned earlier. Again, you're also stuck between the highs and lows from the last two trading days. Previous day close towards the bottom. I'm going to add the low of the pre-market at 152.50. Yep, right in there. And then below that, I mean, you really have great major levels, 21, 28, 128.79. In here, you don't really have a great level. Maybe this one here, but this is minor stuff because you don't have a lot of touches. You only have this one day here as support. You got this day closing in here, almost closing in here as well. So again, not a whole lot, 141.15, but I wouldn't put too much weight on that level there. All right, so that's mRNA wanting to push up here, get back to that pre-market high. Looks like 163.37. The daily does look interesting, though. I do like the flow of what's happening here, hopefully for a retest of the previous highs. Our possibles, XPEV is on here, PFE is on here, CCL is on deck. That's good. Airbnb, yep, it's on here. We're going to keep an eye on. Again, they don't look great right now. They're pretty much Airbnb looks a little bit better than Dash, of course, but we will keep an close eye on them. Oxy is on here, but I'm going to remove it because I want to make this list a little bit smaller. American Airlines is here. GIK also here as well, diving nicely this morning. So we got some pretty good, okay, possibles list. All right, let's see what our moderators are looking at this morning. Let's bring those visuals in and see what's going on there. All right, let's bring that right in here. Here we go. All right, so we have Thor. He's watching Disney. I think Disney's great today. Workhorse, BA, and XPEF. Jared's watching Disney. BA, again, looking to spy some BA. You holding BA? Or holding daily support. Oh, there we go. Neo, he likes secondary GIK and still looking for some more there. Eamon likes Neo, Chris, Laser, and secondary in QS and CIIC. Tiffany likes Disney and Neo. Brian coming in with Disney, JD, PLTR, Neo, HCAC, and Sonoa for Friday Fun. I'm surprised you don't have FRSX on that one. But that's Brian's list there. Mike is looking at his scanners, Disney, QCOM, MBA, and John, nothing special today. Let Friday unfold. I agree with that, guys. Again, very, very slim pickings this morning. So we got to, all we have to do is be patient. That's all this means. You have to be, have to add a little bit more patience to your trading, to looking for setups, because although we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 5 on here. You know, they're not dynamic. They're not great. They're not like Andrew would say. They're not what is it? Pulling you by the face type trade. So that is what we have at the moment. So all right, guys. Norm, anything else that we might have missed? Is Norm around? Did Norm go cash in his trade?
I'm in here, man. No,
Norm. Yeah, good.
I'm here, man.
You're partialing. I know. Pretty
busy part.
Pretty good stuff.
No, nothing that I'm seeing you haven't gone over. I'm just having fun on this. I might be able to wrap my day up here in a short order.
Yes, an amazing trade there, guys. All right, folks, it is Friday. And Brian just posted he is long with Nor on FRSX.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. Very nice, very nice.
Where'd you get in, Brian? I'm just curious. Well, I'm at
where are you in?
I'm in at 235.
235. Right in here.
Yeah, I'm in at 235. I was actually in it at 228, and then it came up and came back, and I bailed on it at break even, and then I got in again a little bit later. So
yeah, excellent stuff. Great way to start the morning on this beautiful cold Friday here in New Jersey. And how is the weather over there, Norm? How are you doing?
It's 65 right now, but it's supposed to be down in the 30s tonight. We got a cold front coming.
Wow, it's a pretty big swing. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us over at YouTube. It is Friday, so you know what that means. You want to go into the weekend knowing that you were disciplined, that you follow your rules, and also your trade management plan. As you see here, Norm is just doing that, partialing out as he's getting a good move. He's not being greedy and waiting for this thing to hit $5, $6, or $7, which does happen. We've seen people be in some really exactly. We've seen people be in some really good trades, great entry, great execution of all that, and then they just completely destroy the trade management aspect of your plan. So your trade management plan, you got to follow it from beginning to end. You can't follow just the entry and not the partialing out, and vice versa. You cannot follow the partialing out and not the entry. It's got to be 100% complete. So guys, trade safe, follow your rules, go into your weekend knowing that you did the right thing, win or lose, and enjoy time with your family and friends. Come back refreshed for Monday to do this again for another week. Okay, we're not going anywhere. So take care, guys. See you 8:30. We're going to continue here in the chat room. Andrew and Brian are coming on. Take us through the open, and we will see you guys later today. Take care.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.